TikTok. This is one of the largest social media platforms to ever exist, and I think it's a great way for people to connect with one another and put themselves out there, giving anybody and everybody the opportunity to create content. There's tons of creators who make videos and share them with everyone around the world. Now, with over 1 billion users worldwide using TikTok, I think it's safe to say that there are so many different types of trends on TikTok, some of them being simple, harmless fun, while some others would definitely have our ancestors question us. So today, we're going to be looking at different TikTok trends throughout the years, starting from the very beginning all the way up to where we are today. Now, starting off with the 2018-2019 era, this is when TikTok started to explode. I was in that group of people who downloaded TikTok from as soon as I heard about it back then. One of these early videos consisted of the hit or miss trend. I think this is the video that kickstarted TikTok and soared it into popularity, because this is literally one of the first TikTok videos I ever saw. There were other trends like I want to be Tracer. This one was so stupid, people would tape controllers like Xbox controllers to their face. Another really popular trend at the time was the Kodak Black Zeze song. Zeze, I don't know how to pronounce it. But people would film themselves dancing to this song without using their hands. So most of the time that would mean that people would put their phones in their mouths and then dance along to the beat while looking at a mirror. Have you no idea the amount of times I walked into people in the school bathroom doing this trend? A lot of these trends were just 2018 garbage humor, like doing Fortnite dances, the OK hand sign, T-posing, and Undertale. Many users, myself included, were just awkward, insecure teenagers. So most of the time, people would hide their face with a hoodie and a pair of sunglasses. The white clout goggles were pretty popular, and you would just cover your head with a hood, and that was part of the joke, I guess. I really hate being that guy, but you just had to be there. Now, if you think I was on TikTok at this time and didn't participate in any trends, you would be wrong. This is a long lost video that I completely forgot even existed, and upon looking at my old privated TikToks, yeah, it's just edgy garbage humor. I feel like a large amount of the people watching this video have absolutely no idea of these trends, and I'm definitely feeling like I hit unk status. So let's move on to something more recent, being 2019, the Hype House era. Now, I don't know too much about the Hype House era. It's something that I try my best to forget, but basically this consisted of many different TikTokers like Addison Rae, Bryce Hall, Charlie D'Amelio, and this other guy named Little Huddy. The 2019 Hype House would consist of many members doing dances to songs, usually in all white clothing. It is because of these videos that you're currently watching that they are now millionaires. I know, it's pretty life-changing content, isn't it? I remember during this time, I could not go on YouTube without seeing those stupid T-spill channels about the drama going on in the Hype House. And the way that some of these people would act, it's like they hit the third tower. There were tons of trends, like Doja Cat was pretty popular at the time, so there was the Say So dance. I have that dance in Fortnite. There was the Kiki Do You Love Me trend, which was one of the stupidest ones I think I've seen, where people would be driving a car, they would get out of the car while it was still moving and dance to the song Kiki Do You Love Me on the road. Some of these people would be doing it while oncoming traffic was going on. Trends like that just prove to me why natural selection is a thing. Let's move on to the next era, 2020. Well, this was definitely a year. In case you've been in a coma for the past 15 years, 2020 was one of the worst years. Everybody around the world was under lockdown and nobody was allowed to leave their house. School was canceled, work was canceled, and honestly, life as you know it was pretty much canceled. There was nothing to do. And well, when you can't go out anymore, the majority of people were just sitting in their bed with their phones and their computers. At this point, everybody was on TikTok because there was literally nothing else to do. And with more people on TikTok, put more eyes on the top 1% of creators. Now, it was around this time that TikTok announced their own creator fund, so that way if you posted enough, you could potentially get paid. But what the public didn't know at the time is that the payment was absolutely chips. Like, at that point, I would just prefer getting paid in pocket lint because it's less insulting. The only possible way that people were able to make a living off of TikTok alone is if you were in the top 10 creators. So that's your Charlie D'Amelios, your Little Huddies, your Addison Rays, you know, all of them. So at this point, anybody and everybody was doing whatever they possibly could to get even a little tiddlywink of clout. Hey man, it didn't matter what you had to do. As long as you would get some of those internet brownie points, it's a job well done. People were doing some of the most stupid shit that I think I've ever seen. For example, some girl decided to go to a store, lick ice cream, put it back, and post it online. Like, what could possibly go through your mind to do all of that and still think it's a good idea to post incriminating evidence? She was arrested and charged, which is a good thing, not because she licked ice cream, but because if you're that stupid, I actually believe that you are a genuine danger to society. It wasn't all stupid, dangerous challenges, though. There were some other trends, like the M to the B trend. This video by Bella Porch went viral everywhere. Her most popular video has 846 million views. Meanwhile, her other videos do 500 million views combined. She has over a billion, well over it. 2020 consisted of mostly dances as well. You had the Megan Thee Stallion Savage dance. I also have that one in Fortnite. In between 2020 and 2021, the Hype House actually ended up disbanding its original members. The Adult Swim trend was really popular at this time. For those of you who don't know what the Adult Swim trend is, it was probably one of my favorites. You would just get a scene, do whatever you wanted with it, say some weird quote, and at the end of it, people would put their own little Adult Swim logo. Once again, Charli D'Amelio kept absolutely dominating the entirety of the TikTok platform. It was around this point that we were slowly being allowed to go back outside. People were leaving their houses and rejoining society once again after we had been locked inside for years. Which brings us to 2022 to 2023. Now, starting in 2022, we had a lot of disgusting food. One of the most infamous names that you probably have heard before is Chef P. Wow, how appetizing. She is one of the world's most renowned chefs, often associated with the ever so popular sauce, pink sauce. Pink sauce was an absolute disaster, not only for people who own a brand on TikTok, but also for your actual physical health. For a little bit of context, Chef P made a recipe of sauce that people wanted to try. And the reason people were so intrigued is because it was so brightly pink. This stuff was unnatural. It was like a bright neon pink. So she gets the genius idea to bottle it up and sell it. The only problem is that she did not follow FDA regulations whatsoever, so by the time people were receiving their pink sauce bottles, it was not pink whatsoever. It was like more so brownish gray. Stepping away from food though, this is the time that Subway Surfers gameplay, Family Guy, you know, low attention spans really started kicking into action. You could basically not watch any video without there being something satisfying in the corner, Family Guy or Subway Surfers. When you take a look into 2023, you have so many more. Another trend that started in 2023 was looks maxing. Looks maxing basically consists of making yourself look the most desirable and making yourself look more attractive. You know, these are things like not gooning, mewing, mogging. Like, come on, bro. Some of these guys actually think that they're Patrick Bateman. Another thing that was absolutely exploding about a year ago from right now was Stanley Cups. Black Friday is right around the corner, and this is when Stanley Cups were at their absolute peak. People were literally waiting outside of Target at 4 in the morning to buy a pink Starbucks Stanley Cup. Now that we've talked about almost everything in the past, let's talk about 2024 to present day. At the time of recording this video, it's currently November 2024, and there have been so many trends that I've seen, and they're still ongoing. We've seen a huge rise in the Costco guys. Of course, we also have the wondrous rise of the Rizzler. Logan Paul, KSI, and Mr. Beast have collabed together to create one of the greatest food products in all of human history, Lunchly! With many people even finding mold in their Lunchly. Bro, that's a health hazard. Prime is of course still as popular as ever. IRL streaming and being an incredibly loud dickhead in public has had a sudden rise in popularity once again, with many creators like Neon and Jack Doherty being the first that come to mind. And that pretty much brings us up to speed to where we are today. I know I didn't include every single trend, but come on, I couldn't have possibly. This video would be 50 minutes long. Let me know what trend I missed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and to all of my lovely subscribers. Yes, if money was Cocoa Puffs, I go cuckoo. She said she feel the same way about me. She delulu. I caught her like a Pokemon. My bitch been like Mewtwo.